What is going on, my baboon brothers, my simian sisters? DJ's here with another Advanced Wars by Web replay analysis. Now, I haven't said this word in too damn long, but today we got ourselves a banger. This game has the makings of a banger in every way possible. Two incredibly strong players, a unique CO matchup, wonky ass units, and a nutty base rush map. This game is crazy. So I've actually done a game on this map before, so you know it's crazy if I'm reviewing a map over again, because the match was that nutty that we're going to re-show this map. The map right here is Brush with Death. We've talked about it in another game before, so I'm not going to go too heavy into detail. If you haven't watched that game, I highly recommend you watch the game. It was between Go7 and LVJD or something like that. You can look at that little linky poo. But it's basically a 2-base and airport versus 1-base map. Then you have little wonkers, little base over here with a little port. Gilligan's Island kind of shenanigans over here. You can role play if you want. It's pretty fun though. Map basically goes down to a base rush, but the key here is you're going to get overrun on your 1-base side. Like, it's 2 bases and an airport. What are you going to do? The goal of this map is not to hold on to your 1 base for eternity and try to win that way. No, the way to win this map is to hold on to the base as long as you can in your clutches, so you can get their base before they get yours, and then you can position your units to attack the center before their units are prepared to defend the center, and they're still occupied with your base. So you really want to base rush, really get the base first, and you can bust open this pipe seam, start attacking, bring this one force to the other force, because soon it's going to be this whole side of the map is going to be purple, and this whole side of the map over here is going to be black. So you basically have to anticipate that, and you just want to get better positioning earlier on in the game. Also, a little cheesy missile lock over here that you can really deal with pretty easily with the rockets right here. Put it on the shoal, put it on this plane right here. It dies in one shot because it is on the shoal. And another little fun fact, there's also 4 towers total, so each player is going to have 2 towers each. We're going to have a lot of firepower. There's going to be a lot more 2-hit KOs, a lot more wall breaking in this, so it's going to be a bit of a nutter game. But anyway, let's talk about the players. We talked enough about this map, as we've covered it before. We have Lawrencea, who's near 1600. This guy is really good. This is one of the best players at the current moment. And DaysOfPlague is not that far behind. He's at like 1570 or something crazy. Like, these guys are near 1600. They're very strong players. Like, I can't say enough about these players. They're super strong. Lawrence, I haven't seen as much of him play, but he seems like a very solid player, very methodical, nothing too crazy about his openings. Not like a Star Flash type, but also not a very slow type either. So just like a mix of in between. He plays the game really well. What else can you say? Then we got DaysOfPlague, who's a former Days of Ruin competitive player, and he still has some of those interesting Days of Ruin tactics. He likes building mechs a lot. He typically builds at least 2 mechs a game, which is kind of nutty. Not even as Sammy, not even as Adder, not even as Cole, just builds mechs, whatever the CO is, because mechs are better in Days of Ruin. They're 2,500 instead of 3,000 funds, so they're a bit cheaper, more economical. So he loves building mechs. I'm sure we're going to see some mechs this game. He never stops building mechs. So maybe he can plop some mechs on his weak side over here and defend against black. That should be interesting. Now we have the CO matchup. We got Hawk versus Sasha. Now, Sasha is sort of Hawk's kryptonite when it comes to standard play, because she can prevent Hawk from getting his standard power, even his Black Wave or his Black Storm. I don't even know which one. Black Wave is the normal power, I believe, and then Black Storm is the super power. But she can prevent him from getting a single power for at least 20 turns, basically, unless she misplays a bit. Usually it's going to be 18 turns minimum. Maybe in around the early 20s mark, you can expect a Hawk power to first come in. So the goal of Sasha, destroy Hawk or put him in irreparable damage before he can get to his power or even his superpower. Because if the game is even, by day 22, Hawk's gonna win. Sasha needs to beat Hawk down to the ground early, or she's gonna pay the price once the CO powers come into play. 1 damage to all your units, -1 damage, or heal 1 damage to all Hawk's units, or even worse, the dreaded Black Storm, 2-2. That's gonna shift the entire game. So Sasha has got to have Hawk on lock before day 22-ish, I'd say. You have to have a distinct advantage. You're gonna have income advantage for Sasha because you get the extra 100 funds for each city property you have. So you have to use that to your advantage. Build some extra beefy units. You need to tech up earlier. You can't have more units than Hawk typically, because Hawk can still produce infantry, but you have more teched up units. When they have a medium tank, you should have a neo tank. When they have copters, you build a fighter. You know, you got to go balls to the wall. You gotta use your Sasha advantage. Therefore, Sasha is not an easy CO to play. Even though she is sort of a counter to Hawk, you really have to play well in order to convert that advantage. I mean, don't get me wrong, Sasha would much rather play Hawk than Von Bolt, but at the same time, if she does not clobber Hawk early on, Hawk's gonna come back, and it's not gonna be pretty. So, should be an interesting matchup. Anyway, let's get into this game because it is nutty. So, starting in the left color, in the black, we have, or gray, I should say, Lawrencea. And also, you want to go for this base early. You don't go for this property. 3 turns, you're capping that base. Also, another note, some players on the weak side that choose to go this property and this back property rather than going rushing for these 2 properties up here. I don't think there's that much of a difference in the end. You're going to lose this weak side, so I guess maybe getting this one property early is helpful. Sometimes you can even sneak in that other one. The more I've seen it, the better I think this actual going forward rather than getting the safe property is. So if you can hold on to these properties, that is. I don't know how long you can hold on to them, but I've liked what I've seen so far, so I actually kind of do advocate for the not going for this early cap over here and instead going for this other cap. And also another thing, on this little island over here, you don't want to build more than 2 infantry. 1 to cap this port, 1 to capture these 2 properties over here. You want to capture this property before you capture the comm tower because you're not going to have any fights before daylight 5 or anything, you know what I mean? Like, you don't expect any fights, so don't go for the comm towers early. You can wait, get this base, get this property, hell. Then you can go get back that property. They're not going to build a black boat and land on the shores of Normandy over here unless they're like Javier, who would be busted as balls on this map. So don't even worry about that. Don't even worry about the comm towers. And he doesn't even go for the chain over here. He's going for this chain. That's feisty. Getting this property, you can get an artillery over here. Yeah, and it's deadly because you can lock this property and you can lock this property. 2 for 1. Right there, 2 for 1 deal. So I would have gone for this chain over here. But you usually expect early recons on this map because early pressure is so strong. They're gonna lose their 1 base anyway. You might as well put an early recon. Early artillery is my typical MO on this map. If you watch my videos, I love artillery spam on strong side. So if you have a 2 versus 1 base, build artillery on your strong side. Because even if they tech up, medium tank, neo tank, doesn't matter, gonna get blasted by that artillery. Whereas if you keep building tanks, they'll build a medium tank. They'll build a neo tank. You need to have some firepower behind all those attacks. And then you also have a bunch of infantry, because you have extra infantry, extra base, you're gonna have easier infantry walls, so they won't even reach your artillery. So it just goes hand in hand. Strong side artillery, especially in standard play. I love my strong side artillery. I love it. Oh, that was a little weird, but I don't take it back. Anyway, pretty equal start so far. Lawrence of Arabia copying Days of Plague over here. I would have gone for this property, to be honest. I don't know why he didn't. Although I'm expecting Plague as Sasha. Plague kind of has to build a recon here, I think. As Sasha, you have those extra funds. Build a recon, tech up. Plague going against the grain right here. Says, you know what? I'm building a tank on my strong side. I don't care what the Book of Deej says. The Old Testament's some bullshit. I'm no Deej's disciple. I'm following my own ways. I'm putting the tank on the weak side. Now, I have never seen this before. I've seen tanks on the weak side before, don't get me wrong. But the first tank being on the weak side? What in God's name is this bullshlimp? Alright, okay. Let's see how it works for him. Maybe I'm proven wrong. Maybe I'm a dumb boy. But let's find out. Maybe I'm dumb with the elephant. But that's weird to me. But he got the early tank. I mean, if he had a recon here, I 100%, fine, build the tank. But there wasn't even a recon here. That tank forces another tank, I guess, by Lawrence, Mr. Arabia over here, building. I'm going to keep making that terrible joke the whole game. I hope you guys are ready. Buckle up. I'm going to be saying Lawrence of Arabia 20 times this match. And we see the mech. It's like he has a little itch. He needs to get that mech. He needs a mech. I don't care. He needs the mech. He built his first mech on the strong side. Now, it's going to take a long-ass time for that. I think on the weak side it's better, because then you get this mountain when, 1, 2, 3 turns. It's going to be a while till this reaches the base of it. You need a T-copter, which you're not going to get. You're going to need an APC. I don't know about the mech. This guy is going against all of the standard play right here. Plague is a trendsetter. He doesn't give a shit about what other people does. He do what he wants. That's why I like watching him play. I love watching Plague play because he doesn't take shit for granted. He just does whatever the hell he wants. Good for him. More power to ya. So, now we're going to have a little face-off here. Baglunga. Does this even hit? Well, it doesn't matter because this artillery will cover it, which is a nice little... here. Although it's going to hit the artillery, though, so he's got to build another tank. Interesting. I don't know about putting that artillery in a range like that, but... interesting maneuver over here. But he's going to hit that artillery. Okay. A little curious. So we're just going to do this mech. Move it up on this mountain, I would assume. 2 mechs. Okay, he's doing a mech chain on the strong side. God help us all. Plague literally does whatever the hell he wants. Like, I said it once, I'll say it again. This is crazy. This is unheard of. I've never seen this on this map before. Is it gonna work out? That's another thing, but this is nutty. This is just nutty. This is a nutter butter special right there. Boom, easy hit. I didn't like that move at all. Now he's gonna kill this tank. He's gonna move this in art, or actually he'll probably have to. He either caps this, or he gets off of it and then he attacks the tank twice. He can't really do both, I don't think, unless he kills this. 1, 2. Yeah, he can actually attack from behind if he does that. So he doesn't have to actually interrupt. Boom, boom, gets it. I like how he attacked with the back tank. Don't weaken this front tank. Smart move. Move order matters. Which units you attack with matter. So you got the best of both worlds there. And also, he can attack from the city, which is a little bit pain on the ass, but there will be another tank here. Hell, he might even build a third tank. This guy is going crazy with the tanks. And he does. So if he does attack from the city over here, he will get blasted. Days of Plague has one single comm tower so far, so he will not be killing it off in one hit guaranteed, but he's getting close to it. He'll getting that comm tower pretty soon, probably in the next 3 turns. Third mech. Alright, Three Kings of Oriental, whatever the hell. Very strange 3 mechs right here. I don't quite understand it. He doesn't really have anything to back them up with. I would be afraid to bring them up here. The thing about the mechs is they're weak against infantry. Well, they're not technically weak against infantry, but they're countered by infantry. You have cost-effective engagements if you have infantry attacking mechs. So the mech should be scared to be near those infantry because, I mean, Lawrence would be loving trading off an infantry for a mech. He'd love that shit. He doesn't care if there's 2 bases versus 1. Kill off a mech with 1 infantry, man, you're feeling good about yourself. Now, if I'm Lawrence, I'm actually entertaining an artillery build here because artillery are good against mech. I know I say, never build on the artillery on the weak side. There's nuance, baby. 9 times out of 10 you don't, but this time, if I'm seeing a mech chain like that, I'm building some artillery. I don't know what to tell you. He might even build one. I think he should. Be the wise move here. Like I said, there's always exceptions to the rules. No, he sees mechs, he's building infantry. He's attacking in. He's starting the tank chain over here. He doesn't care if he loses this tank. He is going balls to the wall over here. I wonder if... So that's going to attack that. It's going to attack with the 8. Probably heal up this one. Interesting. Ooh, okay. Nice. Nice. Oh, he just goes like that. And it's defended. This is a grid attack right here. So Plague is holding down his his weak side pretty well. He's going to get a power soon, getting him 10-10 attack and defense to tack onto his already 10% firepower from the comm tower. Soon to be 20%. So you can build a 4th mech. If he does, then he might want to consider taking some medication, because that's a little nutty. He cannot. I bet if he could, he would here, but he can't. He can only build an infantry. Just nutty. Just absolutely baboonian. Bird brain, baboon brain. Oh, I don't know about this attack. And he also teched up. So like I said, there's no artillery here. You want to have artillery on your strong side. But Lawrence is going only tanks on the strong side. Now you're going to hit a brick wall versus this medium tank. What are you going to build in return? Artillery, rockets. You can't build a battle copter yet, so there's no real counter for this other than artillery at this point. You can't build copters, can't build bombers. You can only either tech up yourself and build a medium tank, or you build artillery. I would expect maybe double artillery here, 1 artillery, one or the other, maybe a rockets. We'll see what he builds here. But it's getting a little dire for Black over here. Not doing too well on the strong side. He builds his own medium tank, okay? So we're going to have equal teching up, which is fine. See, these mechs can't do anything, man. They don't want to be engaged. Like, they're right out of range. I mean, you can attack right here into a forest, but it will die. That's an unfavorable advantage, but you don't want to allow 2 attacks onto a mech very easily. So these mechs aren't really doing anything. I mean, I love them as a deterrent on the weak side, but as a deterrent on the strong side, look. Black isn't trying to push here. You don't need a deterrent. You don't need to deter him from attacking from his weak side into your strong side. So I don't really like using mechs in this instance right here. They're just kind of sitting there around passively. They cost you 9k instead of 3k. That's 6 extra k could have bought you, God knows what, another artillery maybe? And then you're looking at a nice little Boomba base rush over here. A little Boomba base rush. A BBR. Yeah. I can't spell. But anyway, kills off that tank. Attack with the 4, Bagoonga. Another medium tank, so we got a medium tank chain, and I'm telling you, Days of Plague has more money than Lawrence, so this is where the Sasha income's going to come into play. The extra money, he can build a Neo tank maybe next turn. If he doesn't build a mech here, he doesn't, thank God. He's going to have 2,500, he can build a Neo tank, he can tech up. And the thing with Black over here, he can't build a bomber. He needs to kill off that. He might have to invest in a rockets here and pull back temporarily. It wouldn't surprise me if he pulled back from here. I don't think he can continue... Oh, he's going in. Alright, he is continuously going into this. Alright, man. This is not covered, so he can... Okay. He can kill off this, but then he can block with 2 infantry, so... I don't like this move. So if I would kill off this with the medium tank. Although you wouldn't be able to block because there'd be an artillery. It'd be tricky. But I still would attack into that because you have another medium tank covering, and then you also bring in a Neo tank after turn. Market Crash comes in, extra 10-10. So now he's gonna have 30% firepower, 10% defense. That's pretty damn strong as Sasha. So that's gonna be a one shot, easy one shot. Here comes the medium tank. Here comes the tank. He's not actually going to a Neo tank. He wants to build finally tanks over here. He built a recon last turn. Didn't mention that. Recons are actually pretty decent versus infantry. They're very cost effective. As Sasha, you want to tech up, but if you can save some money and build your own medium tank chains, have at it. So I'm expecting 2 tanks there probably now, or a tank and artillery would be ideal. 1 tank, 1 artillery would be a beautiful combo. Beautiful, I love it. And I love building artillery from this one because it's closer than this space over here. This tank will get to the forefront in 2 turns. This artillery will get in 2 turns. If the artillery is over here, it would take it 3 turns. So smart move. It matters where you build your units to, not just what type of units there are. So I'm loving Plague's play other than mech so far. This is, I feel like he should have pulled back, Lawrence. Like, this is not a favorable engagement. Even though it's a strong side, I get it. But he's going to lose that medium tank. And he's going to probably build a Neo tank next turn. Days of Plague is. He could afford it if he wants to. Bagunga. And that's going to die. And that's going to die. And luckily for him, he will have a cop in play right before he hits the black wave. Like I said, typically day 18, you start to see the first CO powers. If you can hold past 20, you're looking good. But Sasha's gotta block that hawk. He's gotta block that hawk before things get shaky over here. And I love this recon. This recon is looking really nice right now because he has no tank. He built an artillery, which I advised earlier. Although I don't advise this as much when you start seeing recons because they're very cost effective against artillery recons are. You can dip and dodge, kill off some infantry, pave the way to go in. Now, if I'm black, I'm not attacking into that. You would lose like 3-4 infantry just to stop that cap right there. Just let him have the cap, okay? I understand that you're not going to be getting this over here. You're going to be behind in income, but I would not attack into that. That would just be a dead infantry. He would just move that off, recapture with another infantry. It would be easy. He has 2 bases. He would easily resupply that infantry. Uses the market crash. Book gloom. And now if you attack into this, yeah, it also has 40% defense. So 30% from the city, 10% from the CO power, giving 10% offense and defense. Now, so your first rocket, it's going to start. The rocket's going to go over here, kill off that, and stop the airport lock. Then you can start pumping out battlecopters, T-copters if he wants to get this property over here. Stealths are pretty decent. Fighters, I mean, you can get a fighter lock. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Not quite a fighter lock over there. But I love seeing the rockets here, Sasha. Sasha, you need to get the rockets first. You have the income advantage. Look at this. He's got 2k extra income advantage. Equal properties, but he has 2k effectively because of Sasha's day-to-day power. So you need to use that extra 2k. Build them damn rockets. Build them. And get those B-copters coming out. Baganga. And that's going to easily break through. Medium tank coming in. Gets the first strike, which is not actually terrible now because he teched lower down over here. He didn't tech up. So he actually will have to retreat now. So this is actually looking pretty decent for black right now. Granted, I mean, even if it wasn't a great trade, this is coming in soon and is blocking as well. So this is a lost battle. Like I said, strong side. You're going to beat the weak side. I don't care how many medium tanks you build. The strong side will overpower the weak side eventually. Like, he had a nice little run at it, but now he needs to retreat. He can build a Neo tank, but it's not going to be enough. There's going to be 2 artillery coming soon. So I would expect now to see also a rockets from Hawk. Typically you want to mirror the rockets so you have air units at the same time, or else you can risk getting an airport lock and then losing the stealths. So we do see a rocket right here. Another thing, a rocket can plop right like here or something and then start attacking this pipe seam and try to reinforce his weak side over here. It's probably going to be too late by that point because it's going to take 2 to 3, 4 turns to get over there. And it's going to get blasted smithereens by this time. So I doubt that would work. Smart move backing off. I love seeing this tank play right here. Just leave that open. Don't get greedy. Don't try to cap it. You understand. Take your time. Take your time. And the rockets is actually moving up here. Usually you see it move down over here so it can actually break open that pipe seam, but he has no interest in that. He wants to kill off this and then move to the HQ and then move over here. Or maybe even over here in this little nook over here. It'd be kind of cool as well. Knock over that and then defend a little bit of your invading forces. Combines the tanks. I like that. Medium tank, rather. Builds another weak side artillery. Okay. That's all right. doesn't really have any walls for it anymore. He's going to lose these 2 properties, which is fine. Lose this property as well. And he's going to have to fall behind this, like, mountain over here if he wants to hope. So, yeah, okay, whatever. I don't know about the artillery, but he wanted it. He's gonna get it. And there's going to be a wild infant swing this turn. Or guess not. He's not going to capture this property. I was a little surprised there, but look at this. Completely giving up over there. I don't even know how you attack over here if you're completely going like this, but whatever. Boom, 1 shot. Boom, almost 1 shot. Not even capturing the property. Look at the patience here. He doesn't give a shit about this property. He knows he's getting it. It's in his pocket. What good is 1k extra income going to do him? 1 turn advance. 1k. Just 1k 1 turn earlier. Not a huge deal. Kill the units. Get positioning. Get your units in position. That's what matters. It's looking pretty good. He's probably going to tech up here. I like this little nook over here. The little nookster. Lawrence took his foot off the gas right here. I think he let too much of a reprieve over here. So now Plague can probably build a mech, his trademark mech. I could build another artillery. He's starting to have walls. He's starting to have enough units to build walls. If he had 3, 4, 5 units, he would never have enough units to cover these artillery. But now that he's got, what, 6 units now? 7 units? Like, he's doing pretty decent for himself. So he should be happy with his position on his weak side, granted. But now the copters come in. Like, if you survive on your weak side for so long, you're like, yeah, I made it, yahoo, yeah. Once the copters come in, it's over. Because then you can't tech up anymore. You have to build anti-air. And as soon as you build an anti-air, the tanks come streaming in. And then you're screwed. So, like I said, it's not a question of if, it's when. You are losing this weak side. So this is going to come south. Birds fly south for the winner, birds fly north for the winner. I don't know any of that shit, but it's moving south is all I'm saying for that copter. So, look at how defensive this is. He doesn't even build a unit. He's like, F it. I'm just going to lose all these units anyway. I'm going to hold on to it as long as I can. And he knows. Both of them know. Like, back up. You have that. I don't care. I just need to survive down here. Hold on to this 1, 2, 3, 4 properties for as long as possible. Give up that, no problem. But hold on to these properties as long as possible. I'm loving Days of Plague's positioning so far compared. Now, if I were him, maybe I'd build an anti-air right now, because you know this copter's coming down. Anti-air this turn, and the Neo-Tank next turn, maybe? Although these indirects are scary, though, I'm not going to lie. A Neo-Tank will not survive 2 of those shots, I don't think. Especially with 2 towers and his Hawk. If he does survive, it's probably down to 1 or 2 HP, so not looking great. And look at the patience here. Look at that patience. He is so patient, this Plague man. This Plague man, he's so patient, brother. Oh, shit. You see that? Boys and girls. The first pipe runner I have seen on this map in competitive play. I mean, I've seen 800s do it, but... Well, what can this pipe runner do? You can go over here. You can take this you can shoot this down. You get this property. Nice. You get 1 extra K. However, I think he has bigger and better plans. Position right here, airport lock. You can't attack it. Blocked here, blocked here. Put it right there, it can only be attacked from the top. If purple controls the top, beautiful stop right there. Or you can put it here, block that, or even here and block that, although this would be in range of something attacking from here, but mostly I think it's for an airport lock. Pipe runners, for those who don't know, can attack air units and land units. That's how overpowered they are. No, they actually suck. But if you can use them well, they'll pay themselves off. They're 20,000, I believe. I don't even know how much they cost. I think it's 20,000. They have decent range. They have the same range as a rocket, except they can shoot only 2 squares away. A rocket can only shoot 3 squares away or farther. So instead of 3 to 5 range, it has 2 to 5 range. I love pipe runners, man. You better get this shit out here before it busts open the seam and cuts it off, you know? If I'm black over here, if I could somehow cut that off, that would be like the end of the pipe runner. It'd be like useless for the most part, because then you can only put it here, and it can't even reach the airport. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, but he's gonna sneak this. Let's be honest right here. He's gonna sneak that little sneaky little pipe runner over here, get the airport lock before that's happening. So what if I'm Lawrence right here? I'm starting to get a little sweaty. I'm like, oh, okay, there's a pipe runner over there. What do I do about this? Do I build my own pipe runner? Is there a day limit? I don't think there is a day limit. So getting this extra property will give you extra income, but it will not make you win on day 30. So if I'm Lawrence, I look at this game state and I'm like, okay, I might get my pseudo power soon as Hawk. So I'm making it to day 20, no doubt. Sasha won't kill me by day 20, I don't think. But the pipe runner though. He's also being a little slow and methodical, as you should. 2 medium tanks, 2 artillery. You can't attack into that. It's impossible. You're right out of range. Patience. Look at these players. They're 1600 level players. They're patient. Look. Oh, come on, dude. Look at that soft little artillery lock. No one was harmed in the process. Look. It's like, ooh, Gucci Goo, get in the corner over there, buddy. Look, he didn't even attack any of them. So patient. Crazy patience. Both these players. I love how they're playing. So now he moves even farther back. He's like, all right, I'm not getting that property. I'm not capturing that, but I'm going to try to prevent you from getting it. But I don't think that's going to be nearly enough. Pipe Runner's come from behind. That's also a base lock as well. I don't think he needs it, but I forgot to mention, you put it here, it's also a base lock. So, gotta be aware of that. This copter cannot quite reach. Look at these little corners right there. Sneaky little son of a snitch. Right here, right here, right here. And Pipe Runners have like 9 movement or 8 movement or something crazy like that. Look how they slink around these pipes. Slink around these pipes. Damn. Super fast. So, man, you don't see Pipe Runners much. And look, backing up. Is he even going to build a unit here? Marker Crash comes in, preventing that. Smart move. Mech, of course. I should have assumed it was going to be mech. Now we're seeing a missile. So I don't agree with that. You know why? Because he's already going to have an airport lock. Why does he need another one? I guess he's going to put it down here to defend this. I think is he intending to stop this? And why is this copter right there? Why is this going over here? Oh, he's going to break open this pipe seam, and this copter's going to reinforce? Interesting. Plague is really hoping he can hold on to that base. I don't think he can. I mean, he's going to win up here. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, but down at the bottom, that's another story. I don't think he can hold that. First attack comes in. Boom, but right out of artillery range too. Like, this is just an easy hit right there. And in come all the units. In they come. Dun, dun, dun. Bring in the copters. And like I said, once the copters come down, you're toast. The thing is, Purple's going to overrun here, and he's going to burst open this pipe seam. And I don't think Black's going to be ready to hold on to this airport, because he can immediately start capping. This thing is down to 46 health, this pipe seam. He kills off this copter over here. He can start capping. He can start putting pressure over here. It's going to be a little sandwich. He's going to feel the press. It's going to be like a hydraulic press. He's going to be like, from the top to the bottom, the pressure, and then crack. So that's what I'm expecting right here. But Lawrence, if he gets the Hawk power, the Hawk superpower, this game can turn on its head completely. Let's look at Hawk right now. We haven't really looked at the stats. Look at the stats real quick. Lawrence has a lot more deaths than kills. Granted, look at the value, though. They're about the same. The thing is infantry. He lost 8 infantry. He only killed 3 infantry. He's killed off, like, medium tanks and whatnot, but, like... Or he hasn't killed off medium tanks. He lost a medium tank, but... He's actually not doing too bad for Hawk. He's behind on unit count, which isn't great, but... Man, he's trying. He's very Sasha. He's up against a very tough matchup, so... Props to him just playing decent so far. He's about to lose his weak side. Boom, 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 and... Here's the cap. I mean, the lock. So I don't know what this missiles is doing, but he's mission accomplished. Like, that's already locked. There's no more air units coming out of there. There's no more air units. You can't stop this. And it's not as easy to pull off as you think. Getting 20,000 out there, like, people are like, oh, this map's easy. Why just build Pipe Run and you win? It's not that easy. It's 20,000 in funds. It takes 2 turns to set up. 20,000 is very important when you're fighting a battle on multiple fronts, holding down the fort in one front and trying to overrun your opponent in the other front. So sparing 20,000 is not something easy to do, okay? And he might even lose, if you built a Neo tank here, he'd be in a better situation. So he could have used that 20,000 elsewhere. Because he built that Pipe Runner, he's gonna die at the bottom. He's gonna die. It ain't gonna be pretty. But he's trying. He's trying. But now he's going to get his ass whooped to the bottom. But Lawrence of Arabia, man. Enjoy that copter, because it's going to be your last, I think. I don't know how else you're going to get out of that. You're going to have to, like, shove a rocket here, but you even can't. You can't even put rocket pressure, because there's another rocket over here. Oh, this is looking sketch, man. Nah, you're just going to need a good power. Boomba, one shot. Boomba, one shot. Boomba dead. Black Wave. Okay, so he got a Black Wave off. That's smart, I guess. I mean, I love holding on to the Black Storm, but you'll take what you can get. See the income flow. Okay, a little bit, but a lot more damage. That did a lot of damage. Okay, let's look at that. 153 down to 136. Okay, what's that? 17,000 damage. Okay, not bad. Weakened things up. Look at that one shot right there. Weakened up. Extra 10% firepower, 9% HP. Dead. Copter comes in. Can't stop that. Dead cap. And the base is going to be taken next turn. So, there is an opportunity cost for building that for that pipe runner. Will it be worth it though? I think so. I still think it'll be worth it despite losing the base. Because he's in much better position to start attacking over here than Black is to start busting through here and attacking down here. Like I said, it's not about if you overcome the base or lose the base. You will. It's when. Who beats it first and can position their units, like Purple is, to attack down here. That is what's important. So, boom, boom, boom. Not even in a rush to cap this. Look, he's not even trying to cap it. He doesn't give a shit. He's chilling. No rush. Fighter comes in. This is actually broken. Blocking over here, so you cannot reach this artillery. Cute. Cute little move over there. It's not going to matter, but it's cute. And here comes a bomber. Now, what is this bomber going to do? He's probably eyeing these over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He can actually hit a medium tank and one-shot it. And there is no anti-air. Over here, at least. There's one over here, but it's way out of position. So this bomber can actually defend. I wonder if it's going to be enough, though. I think he's still going to lose the base. But he should be feeling pretty good about his positioning. But Lawrence ain't having it. Lawrence has got better plans. He's starting to spam artillery. He's bringing his rockets down. He's starting to spam rockets. He's starting to go crazy. Starting to go nutty. Nutter as a nutter butter. What the hell is going on over here? Okay, I'm gonna pretend I understand what the hell is going on there, but the tank moved back. So he's not even attempting that. He's this little wimpy artillery over here is holding down the entire fort. It's admirable, really. This fighter, you can't go past it. So this is crazy. This is pretty crazy. I mean, Days of Plague is playing this game like a fiddle. Like, he's playing so well with the timing of the tech ups, the positioning of the tech ups. He has nothing to stop this fighter. He can put the fighter on the base. He can't get the base. This is not in position. Put that on the base. What can you do? Literally nothing. He's starting to cap over here. The thing is, the rockets is in position, so he's not going to allow someone to take his property just like that. Like, no, hell no. Plague is starting to capture all the properties down there. Big beefy bomber over here. Out of position, anti-air. Fighter going over here, blocking that base over here, but who really cares because you don't build anything from there anywhere. Unless he starts building a T-copter right here. Oh shit, he could kill off these with a copter, T-copter this over here, and take over all... He could take over this property, this comp tower, and the... Oh, that would be huge. He's gonna build a T-copter. He's building the T-copter! He can take all it. One goes... Oh shit, he can take all that shit. Oh, what's Lawrence gonna do? Oh, Lawrence is so screwed. What can Lawrence do? Okay, he kills off that. Oh, he's gonna lose his island boys. He's gonna lose his island boys. He's fine. He's getting a base block. Every single time an infantry dies, he gets a base block. So he's happy with that rocket staying right there. But then that rocket's gonna die to this bomber, and then the sneaky little copter comes in, flying in. This is a crazy attack. Look at this. You cannot attack into this. This is nutty. Doesn't even need the missiles. That was a waste of money, but he has it anyway. But that is crazy. Oh my gosh. And here comes the T-copter. Plop. But I'm telling you right now, he's not going for this property. He's bringing it down here. He's going to capture the base, the comm tower, the port. That would be huge. So what is he going to do? And the stealth comes in. The stealth fighter. This is a perfect time for stealth. You got the airport locked. With like everything ever, you're no way getting that airport. Oh my god, how is Lawrence going to fight back from this? He's got a shit ton of money, but like, what's he gonna do? There's no way Lawrence can stop all these air units. There's no way. And he builds it. The carrier, he's like, no, thou shalt not mess with my damn units, bitch. You attack with the battlecopter over here, boom, one shot. It's gonna move over here in range. And he's going to get the airport lock with a carrier. Granted, it's a lot cheaper to put a pipe runner that's 20,000. Whereas a carrier this is 30,000. It only moves like 5 damn squares. But one turn, it is a lock. You move this carrier like right here. That is a lock. So can he put that huge slow aircraft carrier in position though is another question. But that's nutty. This game is getting crazy. You can see the stealth, pipe runner, carrier. I've never seen a game before in my entire life where all three were used in non-meme ways. Non-meme ways. Next we're going to see is like naval warfare or some bullshit. This is crazy. But is he going to be able to convert though? He just has to basically stay there forever. Ooh, and that hurts too. I mean, it only does 1 damage, but it blocks it in. Right? I don't think this can move out of there. So how is he even going to get this thing out? So it can't block. This copter is just foiled his entire plans, but this other copter luckily is coming to the rescue. But god damn, son. That's frustrating. Probably doesn't even need to capture the airport. He's got everything in position. I probably would move this infantry out of the way and move this missile over here. Just think, actually, he's fine on that city right there. That's fine. But now, if I'm Lawrence, what the hell do you do? He's got 2 copters. He needs to get this aircraft carrier. He's got the stealth over here, so he needs an APC. There is no counter to that stealth. All you can really hope for is it dies by running out of fuel. You have to kill the APCs. Not all hope is lost if you're against stealths and you don't have fighters. You can try to trap them, surround them with 4 units, and keep trapping them until they've run out of fuel. Because they do spend 8 fuel a turn. They have 60 fuel, lose 8 a turn while they're hidden, 5 a turn while they're not hidden. So after about 6 turns, they're going to die. So not 6 turns, 8 turns they're going to die. 64 fuel after 8 turns. So, but then they have to move as well, so it's probably going to be more like 6 or 7 turns. So you can still win against stealths, but it's looking dicey. Although the game is a lot closer than you'd think, looking at the income. So let's see what he can do. These are the last fighters, by the way, of Black. He has no more, last copters, so there is no more way he can get an air unit. So once these die, it's G-Jizzle, and he won't be able to move this copter. He needs to go that copter so bad. So bad. Oh, is he letting it out? He's blocking it. He is blocking this. So another turn there. Now he's going to lose another 6,000 repairs. Carriers cost 30,000 to build, 6,000 to heal 2% or 2 damage. Now, Plague should be happy. Look at this income, man. Boom! Look at that. He could build his own carrier if he wants to. He doesn't need to, but he could if he wanted. He could build a battleship. He could build a battleship here, man. Attack from behind and from the front. And he has no airport, so the battleship can't even be stopped. It goes out of range of all the rockets. Oh, he should definitely build a battleship. He should definitely build a battleship. He builds it! Oh my god, I'm not pretending like I haven't seen this. I didn't remember him building a battleship. That is nuts. Hell yeah. This is going crazy, man. Plague, and he's refueling. He's like, you know what? No rush. No rush, man. I'm bringing my battleship in. The fleet is assembling. He builds the missiles over here. Lawrence really needs that carry out here. If he cannot get an airport lock, he loses. So he needs to get that out of there. Oh lord, this is getting nutty. There's 1 property advantage for Lawrence over Plague. Just 1 property. It is this right here. It looks like 3,000, but it's in fact only 1 property advantage because of Sasha's power. Because Plague does not have this. Plague has this, and Lawrence does not have this property over here, but he's soon to be another 4K advantage. So let's see what happens. Look at this little blob over here. Boom. Retreats the fighter. Battleship comes in. Build another one. Oh, he can't quite afford it. He needs 28,000. I love the battleship build. He builds another stealth, though. That's crazy. 2 stealths? He's got to build an APC soon, too. This is getting crazy. Oh, my God. Look at this. Slow moving. And he's going to capture the airport now. There's no way to stop that unless he gets a black storm or something. Or black wave. Oh, my God. Look at this. This is just too much. This is just too much. Okay, so he's got the airport lock. It's 1... Oh, it's not 1 turn. It's 2 turns. I thought that reached. Oh, he's boned. He's boned. I don't know how he gets out of this now. He's just a little blob right here, and he's going to attack him from the back. Battleship, bomber, copter. And this whole front, oh my gosh. Days of Plague is playing this incredibly well. I've never seen a Sasha play this well. And, I have, but it's been a long, long time since I've seen a Sasha play this well. This is incredible. And it one-shots. Damn. Boom. That helps. This normally is not a one-shot, but I guess because of the 2 towers over there, it is a one-shot. So now he can stealth that up, hide it. Oh my god, he doesn't even care anymore. Yeah, try to stop me. Look, he's base locked that way. Soon to be base locked this other way with these... Yeah. Yeah, he combined unit. He combined a unit, so he's going to build another battleship, maybe? Like, what do you even do here? And now they're even crossing over... Oh my god, 3 stealths. This is looking pretty ogre. This is looking like Shrek ogre, man. Crazy play by Plague. Oh my god. How do you... Yeah, you can't. You can't beat that. 3 stealth, 1 stealth, sure, you can trap it. You know, try to make it run out of fuel, sure. 3 stealths? Yeah, that's not going to work out for you. Oh my god, Plague played that so damn well. Let's look at the stats. Wasn't even that crazy. He took more death damage than kills. I mean, he killed more units, but he took more damage. But it didn't really matter because he's Sasha and he has more income advantage the whole game. But jeepers creepers. Now, I think Plague, like, he's played the beginning pretty decently, and then he just like switched his car into shift, like boom, bam, they went on the gas, bam, bam. Like, he was playing pretty B, maybe B plus early game, mid game A, late game A plus. Like, he was nailing that shit. I'm telling, maybe he was messing around in the early game. He just put that shit down. Oh my god, that was a sight to behold. Let's go back here. So this medium tank play over here. Sure, he stopped the chain here, so he should retreat here. I know you want to get a first strike, but you got to retreat. It's your strong side. Assuming he built another medium tank here, he certainly could have, but instead he wanted to build a artillery and a tank and put some pressure over here. I understand. A smart move, but you want to retreat at this point. Once you have this chain over here and you break the chain and they attack, you should bring that back. Bring these back. Doesn't matter if you give up these properties. You're losing them anyway, like I said, but you'll be able to hold on to this a bit longer with 2 medium tanks rather than 1. And you're gonna have to repair and heal those and combine them. So I didn't like that play. The mech play was also sus. I swear they didn't even do any damage. There was no vehicles to even use them on. So that was more of Plague just memeing around and doing his siren call or whatever the heck it's called. His throwback to Days of Ruin play or something, but they didn't do any damage, really. They're kind of just there. I mean, maybe they prevented a tank from being built. Maybe that's their hidden value, is maybe if there was it discouraged Lawrence from building a tank, maybe that was the whole point of it, to serve as a deterrent rather than actually do anything. Maybe, but I still didn't like the play. He still could have invested that money into a Neo tank here earlier, maybe in a medium tank. Remember the turn? Oh wait, 9k from the mechs, right? You save 6k if you just build infantry instead. 6k. So that's 7k, 13,000. It's not quite. But he probably could have still built a medium tank there. If he didn't build a mechs, he probably could have built a medium tank there. He would find a way. He might have to base skipper once or twice. But he could continue the medium tank chain a little longer. So those mechs, they have a opportunity cost. Although, like I said, the value might be in that they served as a deterrent rather than doing any damage. So that part, B minus, whatever for the beginning over there. But then, oh my god. The patience by both players. You don't see this in the lower levels. The patience, look at this. It's like playing with his food. Literally, it's like inching forward, finally attacking when it's the best for him. Same with Lawrence, look at the bottom over here. Inching forward. Well, he does attack there. And then boom. He doesn't bum rush right in there. He slowly comes in, gets good positioning, Days of Plague retreats, and then boom, you just can't fight into that and look, overcome like that. Bam! Just like that. The patience on both sides. That's how you get to the higher levels, is patience. Knowing when to attack. And then the teching up, though, was wonky. So we got fighter. I think we saw every single unit except for like a cruiser and like a sub. Everything else was used. I think that's literally it. An APC. Cruiser, sub, APC, I think in Mega Tank. The only in me, I guess Neo Tank. Okay, there's a lot. But anyway, we saw some really crazy units, okay? Like, I love this fighter. He could have sat on this base, to be honest, if he wanted to. But instead he wanted this base over here, it worked out as well because it forced him to waste a lot of money. Missiles and carrier, delayed the carrier so he could actually get the stealth. Imagine if he couldn't block this, he would be able to get away with just 1 stealth. And he could probably survive that. I mean, he's probably still gonna lose because Plague is playing out of his freaking mind, but he would at least delay it a bit longer. But I think the game was won when Plague won this base much, much earlier. Base is won. Day 16. Day 18. So 2 days later, already in position over here. Black is not in position over here. His pants are down. He's like, oh shit, what do I do? Too late. Pressure coming. He has to retreat, defend. He has to be reactive rather than attacking, taking the initiative. At that point, it's too late. Can't even get through this anyway. If you wanted to break through, it doesn't matter. There's a stealth there that's hidden. Can't break through. So those extra 2 days made a massive difference in terms of positioning his units ready to attack. Lawrence had to be on the back foot the entire game. Lawrence never really was ahead or in charge of the game. He was always being reactive. Look, even at the very beginning, who built the first tank? Plague did. And he chose the bottom. He says, I'm going to fight on the bottom on the weak side. I'm building the first tank. He decides. Plague set the tone the entire game. That's nutty. I mean, I guess you should say that as Sasta, that you should be doing that. But it's another word, thinking advanced words theory and like, oh, Sasha should play like this rather than seeing it play so perfectly. He went against the grain and it didn't even matter. That was crazy, man. Props to Plague. Deserves 1600. Lawrence played pretty damn well too, but Plague just played out of his mind. It's always a treat watching Plague play, especially with his little nutty little mechs and crazy tech ups. So, good game, well played. But I hope you all enjoyed yourselves. Hope you guys learned something. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.